This is a new series that we're trying here where I actually read a question from someone who has written in to the Marriage Foundation. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I read word for word, so that way you get a real sense, and it's not just getting a keyword or a key phrase, but you get a real sense of how to see this and how to address it. So let me read this one to you. And these are many, many years old, so no one could possibly be embarrassed. And I'm still going to change the name. So let's say it's from Joan. I only knew my husband 6 weeks before we got married. It's been 2.5 years now, and I almost feel like a stranger to him. He is not a loving or affectionate person, not even when we are intimate. I've had a drug problem in my past, and it has resurfaced 2 years ago till the present. I'm going to classes and a counselor to get over my problem. Every day my husband points out my problem and talks about it and criticizes me. I feel like he needs to be more supportive, loving, and affectionate, and I would be happier and stronger and be able to stay recovered. I feel starved for love and attention. Now, I'm really glad that this is very old, so she's not going to hear what I have to say. But, and I'm sure the counselor, when she wrote in to the counselor, and you could write in, go to the marriagefoundation.org, and there's an Ask a Counselor tab. You should also subscribe to this channel. So I'm sure the counselor was very nice to her, at the same time candid, but I'm going to give you perspective here that she would not have gotten from the counselor, and tell you what substances, intoxicants do to the mind. But I'm also going to tell you why people begin using substances in the first place. I think you'll find that very interesting. This is not talked about in Western psychological circles, and I've trained hundreds of Western psychologists, and when I share this with them, of course they agree, because it's just common sense. So why don't I start with that rather than have you just hanging. There's only one ultimate goal that we have as human beings. Well, there's two. Happiness, but the more important one is find the expression of unconditional love. We have to experience love, because we are souls. We're human beings. So that makes us souls who own a mind and own a body. And that love that we have to feel, no one teaches us how to experience it. So we are running around like hungry puppies looking for food. And unless we find love, we're still looking around. And because we live in a world that doesn't offer truth and thus good solutions to things, most people are not happy. Most people are frustrated, and most people are seeking love and not even knowing that's what they're seeking. So the world is very material. We're taught to seek prosperity, nice cars, nice clothes, all of that. And we're taught that we need love, kind of, sort of, but we're not taught how to have love. So it makes us all ripe for trying stupid things. Some people get into intense exercise, other people get into intense hobbies, some people become movie aficionados. There are so many ways to distract ourselves because we're not being fulfilled. Very few are fortunate enough to find true love, which is amazing and ironic because that love is already within us. But that's another topic. So what has happened to her as an individual, to Joan, is that she, years ago, was so frustrated with deep despair at not experiencing love. So she wanted to change her consciousness to block out this desperation she had. That is the norm for people who use drugs and alcohol. Alcohol is the same. And then it becomes a descending cycle because the physiological effect on the mind is to decrease by literally killing brain cells and changing how the electronics work. It makes us less and less able to pull together our willpower and seek love in the right way, even if we knew how. So her problem started with not feeling love. Next step, I can't take it. I'll get drunk, I'll get stoned, I'll use these drugs, and I won't notice so much. And then the inevitable agony of not having found anything and not being able to escape any longer because the effects of the drugs, not enough. Initially it is, but then it starts to lose its effect in that way. So she's in tough shape. And you could say it's not her fault. Even though she has free will, she didn't have to do that. But she chose to do that, and I don't personally blame her for that. Who knows what her environment was growing up? And now she's trying to take responsibility, but there's still that part of her that's reaching out for love in the form of, my husband he's not supportive, loving, and affectionate. She's craving this. I don't blame her husband. He's frustrated. We're not taught these things. So for him, it's like, hey, what's wrong with you? Get a grip. Both of them are lost in the desert, blaming each other for not having brought the water. They're both desperately seeking love. Because if he had the love, he would be giving it to her. But he doesn't know it either. He got married to her so she would love him. You see, this is the problem. We all seek love from the outside. When the secret of love, it's not really a secret, but it is in our world, is that we don't produce love. So as we give love, we are filled with that love. And that is how we experience it. So this is the dilemma. What is important to you is to recognize that there's two things you want in your marriage: love and happiness. And you need to learn how, not from anything in the world, but I have done the research and the study, and I present how. You could read my books, you could get a course for men or a course for women. Here's the good news. The good news is when you learn how to basically change your thinking and become aware of these things and get tools. I created some tools. It changes everything in your life. And you're happy all the time. You're fulfilled with love and literally joy. And that happiness grows every single day. And the love expands every single day. It's an amazing thing, marriage. But we have to learn it. All we really can do, because we know if we write back to Joan and tell her these things, it goes right over her head. It's really hard to get someone's attention when they've gone down this path. They have to hit bottom pretty hard and then have really good karma to come across something that gets their attention, that gets them doing the right thing in the right way. They can be saved. We all get saved eventually. Maybe not in this lifetime, but eventually, because we're souls. We're part of God. Eventually we'll go home to him, her. In the meantime, all we do at the Marriage Foundation is we pray for people like that. Prayer is powerful, and it helps. And that's what we do. I hope this was of value to you. Let me know. Leave a message. Like the video if you think it has value. And stay in touch with us by subscribing. So thank you for spending time with me. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I hope that we can help you in some way too. God bless and take care.